You've been lied to about success.
They told you it's glamorous, effortless, and always worth it. They sold you the dream of fast cars, dream houses, and freedom to do whatever you want. But here's what no one says out loud. Becoming successful is not the highlight reel you see online. It's a brutal, lonely, exhausting climb that most people aren't prepared for. And if you don't know the truth, you'll quit halfway through thinking you're not good enough, when really you were just blindsided. Ask yourself, why do so many talented, hard-working people give up? Why did they start strong, only to burn out or fade away?
Because they never knew the unfiltered side of the journey.
The sacrifices, the failures, the endless grind behind closed doors.
And that's exactly what I'm going to expose today. You keep hearing the same recycled advice.
Follow your passion. Work hard and the money will come. Stay positive and everything will fall into place. Sounds good, right? But deep down, you've probably noticed it doesn't work that way. You've worked hard before and still felt stuck. You've followed your passion only to hit dead ends. You've tried to manifest success, but the universe didn't exactly deliver a paycheck. Here's the myth. Success is simple, linear, and guaranteed if you just do the right things. The truth? Success is messy. It's filled with detours, failures, rejections, and sacrifices you don't see in the highlight reels.
That's why so many people give up before they ever make it.
They thought it would be fast, fun, and obvious. But when reality hit, they folded. And here's why this matters right now. We live in a world that glorifies shortcuts and overnight wins. Social media shows you the end result, never the blood, sweat, and sleepless nights that built it. That illusion traps people, making them feel like they're failing when really they're just experiencing the normal hidden side of the process. Stick around, because I'm going to walk you through what actually separates those who dream of success from those who achieve it. By the end, you'll know the truths no one tells you, and they might change how you chase your goals forever. Success is lonelier than you. Here's the first truth. Success is not a team sport at the beginning. Sure, you'll hear stories about supportive friends, family cheering you on, and mentors guiding you step by step. But the reality? Most of the time you'll walk this road alone. When you start aiming higher, you quickly realize not everyone around you shares your vision. Some people won't understand why you're obsessed with building something bigger. Others might even resent you for trying because your ambition reminds them of their own lack of progress.
That's when the distance begins.
Friends drift away.
Family questions your decisions.
And suddenly the crowd you thought would have your back isn't there anymore. I've seen this play out in real life. People who chase goals beyond the norm end up feeling isolated, not because they pushed others away, but because few people can handle the sacrifices required. Psychologists even call it social friction. As you stretch toward growth, the resistance from your environment increases. This loneliness is a filter. It weeds out those who need constant approval from others. Because if you can't keep moving forward without applause, you'll stop long before success shows up. The truth is, the path to success is lonelier than anyone admits, but that's also what makes it powerful. Discipline beats motivation every time. Here's another truth nobody likes to admit. Motivation is overrated. You've felt it before. You watch an inspiring video, read a quote, and for a moment, you're fired up. You think, this is it.
I'm finally going to change my life. But what happens the next day?
The energy fades. The spark is gone.
You're back to your old habits.
That's because motivation is temporary. It's an emotion, not a system. Success isn't built on emotion. It's built on discipline. Discipline is boring. It's waking up early when nobody notices. It's doing the same small, difficult tasks over and over again with no applause. It's showing up even when you're tired, uninspired, or flat out don't feel like it. That's the part no one posts on Instagram. The repetition, the grind, the invisible hours. I've lived this firsthand. There were weeks I didn't feel like writing, working, or pushing forward, but discipline kept me consistent. And consistency, not inspiration, created the real results. Science backs this up too. Neuroscientists explain that habits compound. Tiny, disciplined actions done daily build far more momentum than bursts of excitement. That's why people who rely on motivation burn out, while those who practice discipline keep climbing. Success isn't about how motivated you are on day 1. It's about how disciplined you are on day 100. Failure is the price of admission. Nobody tells you this up front, but success demands failure as its entry fee. Before you ever taste victory, you will stumble, fall, and question yourself more times than you can count. Failure isn't a detour on the road to success. It is the road. Think about every story you've ever admired. Best-selling authors? Most were rejected by dozens of publishers before anyone gave them a chance. Entrepreneurs? Many went broke multiple times before building something that lasted. Athletes? They trained for years in obscurity before anyone knew their names. But then notice how often these failures get erased from the story. People see the final triumph, not the countless crashes that came before it. I've had my own taste of this. A project I poured months of effort into collapsed.
At first, it felt humiliating. I thought it was proof I wasn't good enough.
Looking back, though, it was a brutal but necessary lesson. That failure taught me more about resilience, strategy, and patience than success ever could. The truth is, most people quit the first time they fail, thinking it's the end. But those who eventually succeed see failure for what it really is, the tuition you pay to grow. Success demands sacrifice. Everyone wants the rewards of success: freedom, recognition, financial security, but almost no one wants to pay the real price. The truth is, success will demand sacrifices you don't see coming. It will take your weekends, your comfort, your free time, and sometimes even your relationships. You will have to give up the short-term pleasures that everyone else clings to. I've lived this trade-off. While others went on vacations, partied late into the night, or binge-watched shows, I was working on things that no one cared about yet. At the time, it felt like I was missing out. Later, I realized I wasn't missing out. I was trading temporary fun for long-term freedom. That's the deal no one talks about. Economists call this opportunity cost. Every choice has a price. If you say yes to distractions, you're saying no to growth. If you say yes to comfort, you're saying no to achievement. The people who make it are the ones who keep choosing the harder yes, while everyone else takes the easy no. Success is built on sacrifices most people aren't willing to make. That's why it's rare. The ones who accept the cost, no matter how uncomfortable, are the ones who eventually earn the reward. Here's the brutal split. Most people will keep chasing the polished version of success they see online. They'll wait to feel motivated, avoid failure at all costs, and choose comfort over sacrifice. That path feels safe, but it keeps them stuck exactly where they are, frustrated, exhausted, and secretly envious of those who dared to do more. But you're different, because now you know the truth. Success isn't built on hype. It's built on lonely nights, relentless discipline, repeated failures, and sacrifices that no one else will see or applaud. That's the real price, and most will never pay it. So here's the savage truth in one line. Success isn't about being chosen. It's about choosing the grind when no one's watching. Most won't. But if you do, the life they only dream about becomes the one you actually live. So here's what to remember. Success isn't built on hype, shortcuts, or positive thinking alone. It's forged in loneliness, where you keep moving even without applause. It's strengthened by discipline, where small, consistent actions outlast fleeting motivation. It's purchased through failure, each mistake becoming tuition for growth. And it's sealed with sacrifice, where you trade short-term comfort for long-term freedom. Circle back to the beginning. You thought success was shiny, easy, maybe even glamorous. Now you know it's raw, demanding, and often brutal. And that's exactly why most people walk away. So let me leave you with this. Are you willing to pay the price that 99% refuse to pay? Now it's your turn. Which part of this hit you the hardest? The loneliness, the discipline, the failures, or the sacrifices? Be honest with yourself and then drop it in the comments. You'll be surprised how many others feel the same, but never say it out loud. And if this video opened your eyes, don't just nod and move on. Subscribe, because I'm not here to sugarcoat success. I'm here to rip the mask off and show you what it really takes. Hit the like button if you're tired of fake, overnight success stories and want more of the truth. Here's my savage sign-off. Most people will keep chasing the fantasy of success, pretending they're closer than they are. You, on the other hand, just got the unfiltered version.
Don't waste it.
Take the knowledge, do something with it, and prove to yourself that you're not like the rest.